It's me, it's Queen Narset Haru, and I'm coming to you with another exciting edition of Ask an Aquarius. Okay, so Semi Aquatics asked me a question. She said that she was waiting for somebody to get back to her. I think it was a guy that she was interested in. And she said she felt so impatient. She felt like just hitting him up, you know? And she was like, Queen, why are Aquarius so impatient? And I was like, man, you just don't know. That's a very true statement. We are extremely impatient. That's very, very true. And the reason why we're so impatient is because Aquarius are futuristic. Certain signs are in the future, certain signs are in the present, and certain signs are in the past, like the Cancer. So the Aquarius is the exact opposite. We're in the future. So we're ushering in the future. We're shifting perspectives. We're bringing in things nobody thought about before. We're ushering in new technologies. That's what we do. So if you ever notice when I'm talking on videos, I talk really fast and I have to slow myself down every so often because my ideas and my thoughts are moving so fast. That's the Aquarius. A lot of times people don't understand is that my next thought is already trying to come out before I got the current thought out. So it's never easy for us. It's very common for Aquarius to be very impatient. And some of us suffer from it. You know, it's really difficult. When I was a young girl, everybody it was in the 90s and everybody was into wearing hip hop clothes. Basically, that's what everybody was into. And I was into wearing whatever I wanted. And that's how Aquarius are. Our fashion sense is based on whatever we just so happen to like. So at that time, I still do, really loved thigh boots and knee boots. People would tease me, call me, say I was wearing hooker boots. When I wore the knee boots, they said I was wearing salt and pepper boots. I was trying to be salt and pepper, all kind of stuff. And I didn't care. I still wore whatever I wanted to wear. So now, flash forward, maybe 10, 15 years later, everybody and their grandmother has a pair of these damn boots they was teasing me about 15 years before. So one time I went to my hairdresser to get my hair done, and this was like in 2000, like maybe 13 or something like that, 2012 maybe. And every woman in there had on a pair of knee or thigh boots. And I smiled to myself because I knew I started that trend. I started that trend in high school, and I watched this sweet Philadelphia and never got any credit for it, by the way. But that's okay because that's what Aquarius do. We set trends. So we are often impatient because we're waiting for the rest of the world to catch up. Everybody has their own thing. That's one of our things. So basically, if you find yourself impatient as an Aquarius, this is what you do to change it. You have to do activities that breed patience, that create patience. So I'll give you an example. When I locked my hair in 1999, I was very aware that it was not a hairstyle. Nowadays, everybody locks their hair and it's just a hairstyle. But when I did it, it had meaning to it. It had a purpose to it. We locked our hair, and this was from the teachings of the Rastafarians. We locked our hair to learn the lesson of patience. One of them anyway. There are other lessons that come from it as well. So locking my hair was a lesson in patience. There are other ones too, though. Growing a plant, is a wonderful lesson in patience. So doing activities that cause you to have to wait are great activities if you're an Aquarius and you find yourself really impatient. Those are the kinds of activities that can teach you to slow down. Okay? So if you're an Aquarius and you want to learn patience, you're always all over the place, try growing things. Grow plants, grow tomatoes, grow herbs, make a little garden. You don't have to have space to have a garden. I've seen people grow gardens out of those hanging baskets that go over a windowsill. They took a hanging basket and they filled it with soil, and they had tomatoes, they had herbs growing out of it, they had basil growing out of it. It was amazing. So that's one thing for Aquarius is finding activities that you have to be patient with. Yoga is an activity you have to learn and be patient with. Doing meditation is something you have to be patient with. There's all kinds of different activities that you have to be patient with. And if you start to do them regularly, it will encourage more patience in you. Also, focusing on patience, focusing on being more patient will definitely change things. You're never going to be the most patient person, but you can be a lot better. So that's something semi-aquatics that could possibly help you. Now, when it comes to a love interest and waiting for them to call, we all get butterflies. But if you do some work on patience, I think it'll make it a little bit better for you the next time anyway. I hope this helps. I know that you asked this question a little while ago, so hopefully by now you've already talked to him and worked everything out. But for the future, know that Aquarius are impatient as all get out, and we're always in the future. We're always beyond. And it's weird because, like I said, we're always waiting for other signs to catch up. I had a friend once, and I was telling her something that I thought, and she was saying, "Oh, that's just not how it works." And I was like, "But it can." That's us. We're always talking about what can happen next, and everybody doesn't get that. So it's like we're always waiting for people to catch up, especially earth signs. I'm always waiting for an earth sign to catch up. And my daughter is a Scorpio, but she's a turtle. Literally. I think her spirit animal is a turtle, seriously. Because I'm like Speedy Gonzalez, I'm going, going, going. And I look back and she's 2 blocks away. Like, if you don't come the hell on. But it's because I'm too fast and she's moving too slow. So I try to get a medium somewhere in there where I slow down and get her to come on a bit. Doesn't always work, but that's what I try to do. So if you find yourself in those positions, I really think the best thing to do is just work on cultivating patience through some of the methods that I talked about. And like I said, growing plants and watching them grow and things like that is a really big help, especially if it's a beautiful flower or something that you really love. All right, guys, that's my talk on the impatience of the Aquarius. Now, if you love an Aquarius, you have an Aquarius in your life, please help them with this and don't get angry with us. It's not our fault. We're just so far. We're just going. Our thoughts are just going, 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 going. And we do the best we can to slow things down. So when your Aquarius pops off too fast, just tell them to slow down. My assistant always says, breathe. She's always like, Queen, breathe. And I'm like, okay. And then I'll breathe and I'll slow down. So that's another thing that can help you. Sometimes just stop and breathe. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. And if you like my videos, please pass them on and hit the like button. Let me know that you like them so I know what you like and what you want to hear more of. Thank you. Bye-bye.